Hello and welcome to the Villa Park podcast. It's me, Rich, and I'm back again with another transfer talk roundup. A potential signing looks like we're in talks to sign a young England international, England under 21 international, who we faced very recently. A couple of other players linked heavily with the club as well, and one who's potentially being offered to us by a dodgy agent, shall we say. And also Mr. Zaniolo in the press again, talking himself up to potentially move away from the club. Before we get into all of that, though, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you're new. We are motoring on towards 3,500 subscribers on the road to 4K. You guys can really help us get there. So like, subscribe, comment below your thoughts on the potential signings and all the rumors that are doing the round. So hot off the press tonight, reported by David Ornstein, Fabrizio Romano. He's getting involved in all these transfers because I don't think there's too much happening at the moment. But young Middlesbrough forward, attacking midfielder / forward Morgan Rogers is high on the list for Unai Emery, potentially his top target in the January window, and it looks like we're in talks with Middlesbrough to sign him. Middlesbrough reluctant to let him go, but as obviously Rogers is very keen to do the deal. Now, he began his career at West Bromwich Albion. We seem to like signing players from West Brom. Went on to Manchester City, where he had a couple of loan spells at Lincoln City and Bournemouth. Lincoln, he did very well in 2021, scoring 6 goals in 25 games. Also went on loan to Blackpool as well in 2023, and then signed for Middlesbrough this season. Appearing in 25 games and scoring 2 goals. Represented England right through from England under 15 level through to under 21. I think he's been in the squads. I don't think he's yet made an under 21s appearance, but very highly rated. Local lad as well, born in Halesowen. Stated he's 6'4", so quite a big lad. And when he played against us a couple of weeks ago for Middlesbrough, looked very sharp along with the other young lad up front, in my opinion. So yeah, one who's probably caught the eye of the scouts, and then Emery obviously saw him firsthand and was obviously very impressed and thought, well, if we can get the deal done, let's get the deal done. So having a little look at him on SofaScore. I'm not really compared him with any other players just because I don't think he's too fair, really. And obviously, he's a championship player, 21 years of age, can play across the forward line. So, can operate in the area behind, say, Ollie Watkins, but also can drift wide. And we saw that in the game against Villa. But yeah, coming in off the left as well. He's played 25 times this season, starting 13 games, scored 2 goals. And both from inside the box, has shooting from inside and outside the box as well. He's both footed, scored one with his left, one with his right, 5 assists as well. Passing accuracy at 74% isn't too bad for a player who is looking to create chances, and has created 10 big chances for Middlesbrough as well as those 5 assists. So obviously they're not the best at finishing because he's definitely creating the chances for them. 42% in successful dribbles, 42% in ground duels won as well. So yeah, likes to put himself about and certainly looks a creative force, and one I'd imagine that England have got high hopes for if he's gone right through the age group. So, yeah, one that I imagine we can get for a decent price, and one who, whether he gets loaned back to Middlesbrough or whether he does come in and feature for the first team and challenge for a spot this season, it'll remain to be seen. But like I say, I was impressed with him. It does seem a little bit strange. It does seem that we're going for younger players in this transfer window. Maybe the value is in the younger players, and then whether we then push them into the first team or loan to sell on is another matter. So that'll be one to watch. Earlier on this morning, Armando Broja was mentioned in Villa circles as well. I think 1 or 2 clubs are really interested in him. I think the likes of West Ham, maybe even Newcastle as well. But the price tag that Chelsea are putting on him is around about 50 million. So whether I don't think we can get that deal done this time round, but he's a profile of striker that I like. 6'3" strong, has been injured though. He's coming back from injury. Looks like he needs to find a rhythm. Hasn't quite found it for Chelsea as yet this season, in my opinion. But only 22 years of age. So again, one who's got time on his side. Has played 13 games this season in the Premier League for Chelsea, starting 6. Only scored 1 goal so far in the Premier League and missed 2 big chances. Hasn't been amazing. I would say, but obviously that's partly down to Chelsea as well. Passing accuracy isn't bad. Chelsea are I guess a possession-based side, and I remember him for Southampton on loan a few years back, and that was when he really did burst on the scene. And I guess any club is looking to try and get him to recapture that form. Villa apparently long-term admirers of him, but I don't think we're in any position to be offering 50 million for him. Whether some sort of loan deal could be done, but then we've got to let someone go, would be on the table. But I'm pretty sure Chelsea would want to do a cash deal if they could, obviously to ease their FFP issues. Now, yesterday, I talked about Zubimendi from Real Sociedad being linked. Today, another Real Sociedad player, this time in the form of forward Mikel O Aabal, 26 years old. As I say, forward player, has just come back this season with a bang after suffering a cruciate ligament injury and have been out for 12 months. So really good that he's come back. But again, look, these players are so difficult to prize away from their club. He's been at Real Sociedad since 2014, represented the B team first, then since 2015 has been in and around the first team, 266 appearances, 75 goals, and has represented all levels at Spanish international level, and has 26 caps and scored 7 goals, and has also represented the Basque country. So very, very strong roots to Basque culture. But obviously Unai Emery has that link, and apparently he has been impressed with the kind of interest that Unai Emery has paid him, and Manchester United potentially interested. But as it stands from the rumours, Mikel O Aabal prefers the Unai Emery option. So that's encouraging, that we're ahead of the pecking order of Manchester United. But yeah, interesting to see, and it looks like a 50 million pound deal again for someone like him. 26 years of age, I could understand it at the moment. He's scoring lots of goals, can operate on the left, operate up front as well. 19 games played, 13 starts, 8 goals, which is a decent return. 5 big chances missed as well. So should have more. Scored 7 from inside the box, 1 from outside the box. Scored with both feet as well. So can operate technically well with both feet. 1 assist, and also created 1 big chance as well. Pretty good in terms of stats of keeping possession, 87% in his own half, 71% in the opposition half. Ball recoveries as well, 2 per game. Duels won, 47% on the ground, 45% successful dribbles, but doesn't make too many of those. I'd imagine he's more of a possession-based player. Looking at his heat map, likes to receive the ball in and around that left channel. Very similar to, I'd say, a Watkins likes to receive in that channel, but also can come alive in the box as well. So yeah, for me, looks like a good option. Not one for the January window, I would hazard to say, but could be one that we look to prioritize in the summer. Last player linked to us today, Giovani Reyna, who is at Borussia Dortmund, who was in the press a while ago because I believe his mother fell out with the USA coach over dropping him from the team, I think. So yeah, maybe doesn't want to. We've got Leon Bailey's dad and Gio Reyna's mum. I don't know if that's a great that's a great mix, but yeah, son of Claudio Reyna as well. who obviously played in England for Sunderland. And Gio was actually born in Sunderland, but plays for Borussia Dortmund. Has featured 88 times for them, scoring 13 goals, and obviously has played for the USA 24 times, scoring 7 goals, and was really highly rated a couple of seasons ago. But I don't know if it's injury or just loss of form, but seems to have fell off the radar at Borussia Dortmund. And Pedro Mendes, I think, is his agent, is looking to maybe send him out to different clubs to see if they can see if he can get some interest. Now, last season played 22 times, only started 4 games, but scored 7 goals for Dortmund. So pretty good return in terms of goals and 2 assists. So had a decent kind of strike rate last season. This season has struggled to feature, only playing 9 times, only starting 1 game, hasn't scored a goal. And yeah, hasn't really contributed too much. But yeah, I don't see this one happening unless he comes in on a loan deal again. But we'd have to, like I say, we'd have to release someone like a Zaniolo. And are you getting any better with regards to quality and contribution in bringing someone like Giovani Reyna in? But yeah, interesting to see. And Villa are going to get linked to a number of players, but looks like Rodgers is going to get done. So that'll be very good, and we can see what happens with him. Nicola Zaniolo could be on his way out. That would free up a space for a loan player. Now, does that mean that he hasn't really kind of grabbed the attention of Unai Emery to keep him? There's talk of he was interviewed and mentioned, that it is a possibility he could go to Fiorentina, who are potentially interested in him. He didn't actually say he was. He just said something like, "You can't rule things out," or "We'll see what happens," or something like that. But doesn't certainly give a ring endorsement that he's committed to Aston Villa for the remainder of the season. So that'll be one to watch over the next couple of weeks. But yeah, be good to get a deal over the line. And as I say, it looks like younger players is the way to go at the moment. But whether we can get a loan deal in if Zaniolo does go, because I think there's a couple of positions, there's a couple of players that are going to be pushed around that we might be able to capitalise on. That's it from me for the roundup. Thank you all very much for watching. Do smash that like button, as I say, on your way out if you haven't done on your way in. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And comment below your thoughts. We'll be back for more transfer talk shows over the next few days as the window hots up. And next week, fully back for match previews, fans forum, etc., etc. So thank you all for watching. And as always, remember, we'll follow the Villa.